Back to the Denver Radio Real Estate Show. I'm your host, Cheryl Garlock with Colorado Front Range Properties. Thank you so much for joining us today. You know, my guest today is Chris Zadra with W.J. Bradley, and we have been talking about how now is kind of the right time to get a move on, you might say.
It's spring, time to get out and go.
You know, I have a little article here I wanted to refer some information on to you guys. You know, when you are thinking about getting out and going here, you know, the new home developments are a great place to be looking at homes there, because you're going to get some great ideas as far as decorating is concerned, that sort of thing. That doesn't mean that those are always your best bang for your buck.
Correct.
You know, so let me talk to you a little bit of why you want to make sure that you have an agent representing you when you actually go to a new home development. And understand, builders love realtors.
Yep.
They love realtors. They love realtors and bringing the buyer, because the realtor really helps smooth this process. Because when you go to a new home build construction, you really are hit with what sometimes appears kind of a fast sales approach.
But you know what they love more?
What?
Is when they don't bring you, because then they have the negotiating power at that point.
They do, and that's a bad deal for you. Let me give you a few key points here, what a realtor can help you do with a new home construction here. First of all, they can talk to you about the builder's reputation. How good are they? And let me tell you, some are definitely better than others, and
Very
some of them
important.
are well known. Okay, you guys. So you need to give us a call and talk to us about that if you're thinking about buying a brand new home. Definitely work with a realtor who has some experience with new home construction. Also, okay, the builders, you gotta remember this, they have one inventory lot, so to speak. Okay, it's kind of like going to one car lot, and that's all that they got on their storeroom floor.
Correct.
Well, the same thing is true, isn't it, right, Chris?
Yep.
The builders only got one set of inventory, that's it. And there couldn't be anything finer, right?
Absolutely.
No.
You only get to pick where where your house sits, and maybe a couple different styles, if you will, for most builders.
Exactly there. So they don't have access to all of the inventory. That's what you need to remember. Your realtor does. Your realtor can help you with selling a new home there, picking the right builder, picking the right development, the right community. Also, the resale market might have, very established resale market here. A home in a great neighborhood really helps you out tremendously in securing a solid financial review, or future, I should say. Now, speaking of review, contracts. You guys know builders have their own contracts. They are not subservient to the Colorado Real Estate Commission when it comes to having a standardized contract. They get to have their own. We as realtors have to have a standardized commission-approved contract that we use. In any case, if you're going to go and buy a home from a new builder there, who do you think that contract is signed towards?
Absolutely, and that's what I was talking about earlier. Having somebody out there with you is really important to make sure that your best interests are looked at. Absolutely.
So you need to go over those options there. Disclosures, if there's some sort of environmental hazard, we do have some newer developments that have been built over certain environmentally hazard type areas there. What does that really mean to you? Should that be a concern? Take a look at that. At least for heaven's sakes, ask for the right disclosures and know what to ask for.
Right.
Also inspections. Do you think a new home needs an inspection?
Every house needs an inspection.
Absolutely. Probably a new home needs an inspection even more so than an older home there. And the real reason is how did they actually really build it? What's the quality of construction that they actually used it? And of course, now the one big thing I do think the builders have sometimes is financing options, which can help you, buy a home. But you also have to understand it's somewhat pad in their pocket, because they're going to be using their own lenders. Isn't that right?
That's correct. And sometimes what we find, in today's world, the builders are a little bit better with this, but a lot of times you're not getting the best deal. They might be giving you a $10,000 incentive in the up where you can get your upgrades, but they're also giving you a half point higher in rate or crazy fees or something like that.
Yeah,
So
you remember that
good.
old cliche that's called "There's no free lunch"?
No free lunch. That's true.
They're not giving you guys a free lunch. They're covering it up sometimes, so be careful about that. And then you want to maybe look at certain closing considerations, such as title insurance there, things and things about protecting you against mechanics liens. And yes, you don't think that can happen with new construction, but it can. So you want to make sure you have somebody there sitting there right on your side there and watching all of those things. Now, I have to tell you, okay, I also found an article. I don't have time to go into all of these things here, but these are really some key, interesting, kind of fun points. And Chris, you and I can laugh about this because this happens with real estate and mortgage lenders as well. There was an article in the Wall Street Journal called, 10 Things Real Estate Agents Won't Tell You. You know, we're telling you guys everything, right? Okay, well, I don't have time to go into all of this here, but I'm just going to help tell you one other thing would be about, the biggest thing here is that I'm using my house to sell myself. Meaning I go ahead and get a yard sign in there and I'm using my house to sell myself. Well, that's because they're not being honest with you guys. So you want to make sure that you have a realtor that is working with you if you're selling your home, being honest with you about actually the demographics and who will buy your house, the terms of sale, and oh yeah, that really lovely topic, pricing there.
Pricing it right.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to have to save the rest of these to talk to you guys about it another time here. But hey, thank you so much, Chris, for joining us on the show today.
Always appreciate it.
And if you guys are wanting to know more about buying a home in today's market in the Denver area and all, give us a call at 720-373-0654. Hey, and don't forget, use your mouse to find a house. Go to denverrealty.com. Denver Realty.